bring it to the flow.
Talent grace, I'm never gonna be done. Lean on in. Now welcome to the kingdom.
Bonjour, you're watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad, aka the Canadian Assassin, and I am not alone. I have my amazing co-host. She is the ultimate cat mom, and by the way, she's a wrestler. Please welcome Sarah the Rebel. Oh goodness. And she is also a cat mom, to the point that they talk about cats all the time and they exchange pictures, which is quite annoying. But she also hails from the Valley. She is the farmer's daughter. Please welcome Emily May.
Hey everyone.
Hey. And we are not alone. Like, I know you guys come for us, but not really. You really come for our guest. And this guest is absolutely amazing. I got to see some of her matches. And I like the connection to the Kardashians. We're going to get a little bit into that. She refers to herself as Miss Reality. Please welcome Madi Wrenkowski.
Hello.
Hey. I think I got that right? The last name?
Yes, you did.
I was really intensely like trying to slow it down, get it right. So how are you doing? How's everything in this COVID world that we're currently in?
It's good. I actually just came back from Jazz's 2-day camp, so a little beaten up, but I'm here.
How was that? Jazz is absolutely amazing. We had her on the show the very first time, and she cut this promo without us even knowing and gave like goosebumps on our arms. Like, he's like so cool. So how was that?
It was good. So I've had a little bit of experience with her as it is. She was one of my trainers at Hybrid, and I still continue to work with her. But like every day without fail, she literally is so intense. It's so scary. So I'm really glad that I get to like continue my training with her, as well as other girls that I haven't interacted with. So it was pretty great.
So tell us how you got into this, this wrestling thing.
Yeah. So basically, when I was growing up, I had 4 siblings. I had 2 sisters, and they were like very similar. And then I had a brother. So I was basically my brother's brother. And so he was always watching wrestling. I'm not sure how he actually like got into it. But I would just watch with him. I was basically his training partner, informal training partner. Happened. So I was literally 2 weeks away from getting on a plane and going to Hawaii to start this new job. Right around that time is actually when the volcano on one of the Hawaiian islands erupted, which is actually the island that I was supposed to be on. So I literally just like, okay, that was fate. I wasn't supposed to go there. And so at that point is when I decided that it's time to pursue this passion that I've always had, but never really thought was possible.
Wow. I mean, that's a pretty big sign, a volcano erupting.
No,
you change your whole course. So what was your first step? So like you made that decision of like, okay, I want to pursue wrestling. I want to get involved in the industry. What was your first like moment in the industry? What was your first thought? How'd you plan it out?
Okay, so like as an ongoing joke through college, because if anyone's ever been through college, midterms and finals are like awful. So it was always like an ongoing joke. I would just be like, okay, I'm just going to quit and I'm going to become a wrestler. My mom was like, no, you're not. Like, get your degree first, then ruin your life. And I said, bet. And so I first signed up for a fantasy camp at Booker T's school. And it was like a 3-hour fantasy camp. It's basically just like a very, very small introduction to what the wrestling world is, just to see if it's something I actually like want it to do. Because some people have a misconception of what it is versus like the actual hard work and agony you put your body through. So I went there and I liked it. And I actually ended up meeting Gina Medina, or the Latin heartthrob. And he was actually the one who pointed me in the direction of Hybrid School of Wrestling in San Antonio. So he told me to come out to one of his shows. I was in San Antonio, which is like around where I was at the time. I went there. He introduced me to the coach, and the coach, Marvel, was literally like, okay, come in tomorrow. We can talk about it more. And so I went in literally the next day, and he's like, wow, a lot of people don't show up. Like they just say like, hey, I want to do this. And then they never come. So that's kind of how I started. Gino introduced me to Marvel, and the next day I was in it.
So tell us about that first bump.
So it's honestly like more of a mental like roadblock, because if you've ever been like roller skating or anything and those skates like start coming out from under you, your first instinct is to put your hand down. Like you're not gonna take it with your bag. And so for them to be like, okay, fall, but like don't catch yourself with your hands because you might break your wrists. I'm like and so Marvel, he's actually very I guess technical, and like he took it like step by step. And so there was only a couple of us in the rings who were learning that kind of stuff. And so one of the guys wasn't getting it either. So he got one of the graduates we have like to go down on all fours, and they pushed the guy like over him so he would like bump correctly.
Oh, wow.
Once I saw him do that, I was like, I got it. It's fine. You don't have to push me. Like, I got it. Like, I'll do it myself.
Yeah, a lot of it's very odd. You have to like get it into your body. And if you're not like previously an athlete and you're doing it for the first time, like it feels, you have to really get it ingrained in
It's when you are an athlete too, because in other sports you're trained to protect yourself and to avoid getting hit. Because I did Muay Thai before wrestling, and I had to unlearn everything.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't understand that part of wrestling. Is it's put your body in the position where all your instincts are screaming, "Do not do this."
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Did you so when you first started, or even along your journey so far, has anyone given you advice that like you still hold on to this day?
Yeah, for sure. There was one wrestler in particular. Basically, his advice was to me right before I went out of the curtain, which my head is like running at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And he was like, hey, just a second, breathe, go out there. When you like your music hits, go out there. And I want you to stand there for 5 seconds. And I just want you to look at the crowd, like take this moment in. Like you are new, this is scary, but this is going to be a stepping stone. And if you just rush it, you're gonna like forget it. You're not gonna take it in and enjoy the actual moment you're living in. Same thing when you're in the ring, just like take it in. You are Madi Wrenkowski. You're not a normal person. These people came here to see you. Like act like it, like have that confidence, enjoy your moments, things like that. And that like is something I'm constantly trying to work on, because again, right before my matches, I'm like going at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm like that all the time as well. As far as your name, so this is coming from like a wrestler's perspectives, and obviously,
Yeah.
Well, Sarah's a wrestler, but the rest of us aren't. Well, I'm the one who hasn't done the ring stuff yet. However, have you, like, some people come up with totally different names, and like it seems like, let us know if this is like your birth name or not, but you just went with like your name. So what's the decision behind that? Why did you make that decision?
So I actually tweaked my real name just because my real name is pretty similar, but I still wanted to have that barrier where not all of my business is out there like that. Yeah. But I am Polish and I am Mexican, and my Polish side, I kind of wanted to embrace. Like I wanted to keep my last name in there, just because your culture is part of who you are, and you don't really see too many people putting out their Polish name like that.
Right. I do like that. So tell us about your WWE experience. So you were extra with that, and I've kind of talked to a lot of people who had that experience as far as being extra. How was that experience? And then have you been in talks with anybody from WWE since?
Okay. So let me go ahead and answer your second question first. No. but like I'm open to it. My ears open, my doors open. We here. But my experience with WWE was incredible. It was so like I was starstruck. It didn't feel real. Like I feel like I wish I had that advice that guy gave me like then to like take it in, because it's so surreal. Like, of course you go to different shows at different venues, but this is like a well-oiled machine. Like there's stuff everywhere. And like it is so chaotic, but every person literally knows what they're doing. And so to see like these athletes, and they're not just like me because they're like jacked and stuff, but like they're humans just like me. And they're literally like, I don't know, they just had an aura about them, and they had like a confidence, and it was crazy to not only get to be backstage, but to see them like go into gorilla or to sit at the table next to them. Like these people like you looked up to, and these people you watch on the TV. Like it's one thing to see them live, but it's another thing to see them backstage. It's crazy. And the catering was amazing.
Yes.
It was amazing. But like even in catering, like you walk in and you're like rubbing elbows with these people, and you turn and Randy Orton's there, and he's freaking huge. Like I was like, my jaw like dropped. I was like, what the heck? He's that big. Like they look big, but then you see them and you're like, holy crap.
Is there anyone that like you accidentally ran into, or anyone that like you tried to talk to, or like I know there's like, you know, there's like etiquette backstage, but was there anyone that like tried to like talk to you and stuff?
Yeah, no, a lot of them were like super nice. They came, they shook our hands, well, a couple of them, and they thanked us for being there. And we actually got to sit down with William Regal, which was crazy. It was crazy. We were all just like standing there watching them. And he's like, hey, y'all are the extras. And we're like, yeah. And he goes, hey, I have some time. Let's like have a conversation.
Wow.
I was like, okay. So, nice. So that one was pretty cool. One person that really like stuck out that I didn't think like, because like you were saying, there's that backstage etiquette. One person that stuck out that I wasn't like expecting to catch me off guard. We were walking to our extra locker room, and Scotty Too Hottie was walking by, and I like had like a fangirl moment, but I was like, contain yourself, contain yourself. And like I like hit the guys that we were with. I was like, oh my God, that's Scotty Too Hottie. And they're like, what? I'm like, oh my God, it's him. It's him. So
what's the game plan for the next, like your goals as far as wrestling in the next 5 years or so?
Yeah, of course. So I mean, I am still like fairly new to the wrestling game. So right now I'm still perfecting my craft, but I'm also starting to realize more so now, because you go to seminars and they tell you things like MVP is like, you're your own brand, like promote yourself,
right?
Like wear your stuff. And I was like, okay. But it hasn't really kicked in until now, until you work with people like Thunder Rosa, who promotes the crap out of herself. Yep. Like she is so passionate. So like what I want to start doing moving forward is I want to create myself as a brand. I want to kind of get more platforms. I want to reach out to a bigger audience while I am perfecting my craft. Right. So sometimes like, I don't know, like people who aren't into wrestling, like they can still like find an identifier with me when they look at my Instagram or something like that.
Right. And so then as far as, is there a certain promotion that you want to go to? Like there's one kind of, if you can wave a magic wand and, you get everything that you're kind of working on and it's all there. Is there a particular promotion that you're like, man, like their storylines are on point, this is where I want to go? Or is it just more of like, this is my passion and whoever sees it, like I'm good with it?
Yeah, I definitely like end game with my magic wand. I would love to be in NXT WWE. but for sure I would like to like be in NXT for a hot minute just to see like, because you see these girls and they come in and you see them in the Mae Young Classic and they're great. And then you see like they go through the developmental, they go through NXT, and they just like, I don't want to say they triumph over like some of the main roster girls, but they do. Like there's a lot of girls on NXT that I would rather see wrestling on WWE than some of the talent that they do have. Yeah. So I would definitely like to be there for a little bit. But other than that, anyone who will take me.
Is there someone that you like? It is like, because it sounds like you're a huge NXT fan. Is there someone on that roster that you would love to have a match with? That you're like, I'm gonna work up to this.
Oh yeah, Rhea Ripley.
I was gonna say her name when you mentioned the Mae Young Classic. She's the one who you got to see her whole transformation.
Totally evolve. Yeah.
Yes, and so like I honestly like. I saw her in the Mae Young Classic, and like I said, she was great. But like the person she is now, the confidence she has now, and everything that she has evolved into is like a storybook of what I want to be. So yeah.
Yeah, it seems like there's like two paths. You have and I think you're in a really good position. You have some people who've developed their character and you know, inside and out, so there's very minimal tweaking to do. I'm the two people that come to mind is Bianca Belair and Chelsea Green. Even though Chelsea Green has a couple of personalities, you don't have to do much with her.
Yeah, you don't have to do everything.
Fan of both of them, and I feel like if you come in with your character and your confidence, then it's just that much easier. It feels like the people who kind of come in and they don't necessarily. There's a couple of things with WWE. It's like WWE doesn't get it, so then that's always a problem, or they just don't have all the other little things like that kind of make sense. So, you know, I personally think I've seen your interviews and I've seen you wrestle, like as far as your personality, like you're there, just kind of everything. Amber Nova is a really good one as far as packaging. It's crazy how much promo and stuff that she does. So that's like a really good person that comes to mind, that just kind of Thunder Rosa as well, but just comes to mind. They just have so much going on. And so, when it happens, like, all right, cool. It was meant to happen. It is what it is. However, before you get to all that, we're going to get into rapid hot tags. Are you ready?
Yes.
So your favorite quarantine snack?
Ooh, Lay's chips.
Ooh, any flavor in particular?
I can only eat the original ones.
All right, I got it. Do you prefer working out at home or at the gym?
At the gym.
Cooking at home or ordering out?
Ordering out.
If you could wake up tomorrow having gained one quality or ability, what would it be?
Invisibility.
I like that. What in your life are you most grateful for?
My family.
Okay, and this is the tough question. Here we go. If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of, we'll put 25-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want?
Oh crap. I mean, like the logical answer is to say mind, but like I'm gonna go ahead and say body because I don't like pee my pants.
You reduced it to 25. I don't want my 25-year-old mind. I'm gonna.
Because how old are you, Maddie?
25.
Yeah. So there's a vast difference when you you get. I can't say you're 30 because she's not 30. So I was guessing. I actually thought you were a little younger. So. So that's why I gave her 25. So if you could look like your 25-year-old self for the rest of your life, shoot, I'll take that. I was banging.
I was actually not as hot at 25 as I am at 32, so I'd stick with the 30s.
Okay. Either way, next time we'll put 25 to 30. We'll give a range.
You a range.
All right.
Real quick though, I think more wrestlers are gonna pick body because of what we do. And
I know. I think I'm just going to be outnumbered continuously. That's fine.
I mean, you can manage us then.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be able to make sure y'all aren't like giving
You heard all of the hot
out.
It's like we all get to where we need to go because Emily's like wrangling us because we have no idea what's going on.
That sounds like something I would do.
All right, so we're gonna hit a star of the week real quick.
Today's star of the week is Lindsay Snow. Trained by Jay Lethal, Lindsay made her debut in 2016 in Ring Warriors May Mayhem. Just 1 year later, it was reported that she was invited to a WWE tryout, which is a great accomplishment for the rookie wrestler. She has only grown from there, going viral for a video of a shoot takedown during a match that went sour. Snow has wrestled for Shine, Queens of Combat, Full Throttle Pro, Fighting Evolution Wrestling, and this year became the first winner of the women's tournament at Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 3, which just happened recently at the Collective. Be sure to follow her at Kaiju Power and tell her Women's Wrestling Talk sent you. And if you want to learn more about a star of the indie wrestling scene, please shoot us your suggestion for future Stars of the Week.
Thank you, Sarah. I do have a question, Maddie. So the Kim Kardashian thing.
Yes.
Are you like their seasons? They're coming into the last season. So what's the game plan? Like, are you is it like a strict connection to them, or are you gonna shift your character a little bit?
I mean, they're iconic and they will live on forever. I don't think this is the end. I mean, they're probably gonna do like spin-offs because I don't think they can live not in the spotlight. But I mean, we'll have to see. We still have one more season that starts in 2021, so we still got some time to figure it out. I can still watch Courtney and channel my inner Courtney. So,
and Kim is becoming a lawyer. She's going to law school, so who knows?
Yeah, I think like they might take a break for 2 or 3 years, and I think we'll see a teenage version of the Kardashians. Like when the kids all become teenagers, I definitely see that as a possibility happening. But yeah, it's I don't know. I like. Now we're going to Kardashian talk. I liked.
That's a whole new show, TK.
I know, right? I did cover the Kardashian, and I did work for TMZ, which covered a lot of the Kardashians. So I did in the very beginning. I used to watch it all the time when I was living in Canada. But for some reason, when I moved here, I wasn't. I couldn't
Keep
do
up.
the weekly. Yeah, the weekly. And then I think too, living in California, like for instance, this is like totally kind of off topic, but I'm kind of looking for places to stay. And for some reason, my Zillow went into Arizona and found, oh God.
Hello? Hello, Kitty Cat. What's your name?
her name is Kat with the K because she's a Kardashian.
Hello.
Hi, Kat. It was so funny. Both Emily and Sarah's eyes just lit up like they just saw it's.
Oh, bye. Bye. It was so nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you, Kat.
Now they absolutely love you because now you're part of the Cat Army.
Oh, we have a whole Cat women's wrestling talk army.
Oh goodness.
Hurting.
But I think the apartment costs and the cost in Los Angeles is so crazy, and then you see the Kardashians with this these mansions all over the place. I'm like, I don't want. It's not helpful to my struggle right now.
Yes,
so I don't want
that's why I can't watch it. I just get so jealous for when I lived in Cali, knowing I was so close. Close.
And then your apartment's like $3,000, and you're like struggling to take care of that.
I mean, I have to say I actually have been not exactly where they lived, but I was up in like the Hidden Hills area in the same complex.
Okay.
At some point for a baby shower that was super grand and like overwhelming.
So you got a whiff of the Kardashian air.
I was a gate away. I didn't go to because they're in like the far gate. So right. I went to the 3 gates in, not the 4th.
All right, so I'm just gonna touch on
That's
the cat.
As close as I got.
How many cats do you have, Maddie?
I only have one.
Oh, I think you need another one. They need more.
And now, so as far as COVID and everything kind of stopped everything, and now you just did I've just lost my train of thought. You did the training with Jazz. So has your bookings been picking up since, I wouldn't say COVID's not gone, but for some reason we're just kind of adjusting to this new normal?
Yeah, definitely. Once Mission Pro kind of, I don't want to say they kind of like started like the headway of the safe practicings for shows, but I think so far they've been the best example of that. So once they kind of set the tone, bookings started opening up, and like this November, it's pretty full.
That's good. That's a good thing to have. So where can people find you if they're not following you right now?
Okay, so I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all under Madi_Wrenkowski. That's MADI_WRENKOWSKI. If you can spell it, you can find it.
Yeah, it's very easy to pronounce and spell once you slow it down in your head. It's not one of those, that has a silent like eyes hidden somewhere or something like that. So it's even though it seems like a lot, it's really not that. So thank you so much for coming on the show. We really, really appreciate it. And definitely we're going to be watching you every step of the way. A little secret. Pretty much anybody who's kind of been on the show and they've said where they want to go, they typically kind of go there. So, just put it in the universe and, the magical pearls of the show will, help you out. So I'm just saying. So what do you hope for 2021?
What do I hope for 2021? NXT. I think
NXT
and money.
Young. That's like, I hope they have both of those because that was a really good program. So hopefully that happens. However, Cat Mom number 1, where can everybody find you?
You can find me everywhere on the internet, including Patreon, at Sarah the Rebel. Sarah has an H as God in the Bible intended.
And Cat Mom number 2, the farmer's daughter.
You can find me on all social platforms at Emily Mayheller. That's MAE.
And for you guys, what I forgot to say at the top of the show, because we're just all honest about everything, please, we actually need your support. We're doing a lot of things for the show. We have like website coming, merch, all that great stuff. However, we're not balling, we're not rich, hence all the non stuff in the background. So please, if you're listening to us on Anchor, donate. Definitely, we need subscribers as well. So if you can't donate, we definitely need followers. If you send these to other people, that's great too, because we are the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. There is nobody like us. So just definitely show and support. It'll be greatly appreciated. But supporting with your dollars would be appreciated. Just a tiny bit more.
$2. Just don't have your coffee.
It's actually less than a cost of coffee. You could donate $1 if you want. That'll all be appreciated. Other than that, don't forget to follow us all on social media. We have WW Talk on Instagram, wwtalkpod, I think, right, Sarah?
Yep.
On Twitter, and we're also on Facebook as well. Other than that, my name is TK Trinidad, and you can follow me on everything at TK Trinidad. Till next time, guys. Ciao.